Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Sooners will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee. Will start at the 25. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got a chance. There he goes. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches, and this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. Grabbed over the middle, it's Hunt. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fellow just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Off play action. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The Gamecocks come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They'll go to the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. Oh, he's got some space. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29. And for 1st down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1, was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow, he is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
And the Gamecocks are marching down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Lets it fly deep downfield. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Quickly out to the tight end. Turns it on in midfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going for the big play. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I think this quarterback just has to be careful with his decision-making. Yes, he's one of the most talented guys in the country, but early in this game, we're now seeing him throw the ball into double coverage. He's very lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They ripped off 7 on that one, now a 3rd down and 3. And the Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. A run for the quarterback. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays, and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
They'll throw it from the red zone. He's got an open man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, if he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Power football with the run. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
The Gamecocks want to move quickly.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He lets it fly. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to throw, it's Sellers. On the run, still looking. He's open on the right. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Harbor. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. The Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They want to run this quarterback. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They're dealing with a second and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Gets it out fast. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Gamecocks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. D showing blitz, they might be bluffing. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. They'll run for it. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
How nice is it to have a running back with this guy's skill set, right? That's not a guaranteed give-me fourth down conversion either, but still, they trust in him to find the crease and keep this drive alive.
And the Gamecocks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Get ready. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
The Gamecocks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Looking left. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Here they come, facing third and long from the 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Just going to keep it after the snap. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The change now on 2nd and long. On the move. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air on 1st down. Flips it out in the flat. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. And the Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout. And these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. The Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. There he goes. The tag. Touchdown, Gamecocks. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, in the modern era of college football, you're seeing more and more athletic tight ends, like what you just saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air. It's Mateer. Oh, they're after him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Second down, he'll throw it. Unloads it downfield. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete with conviction on the crosser. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The Sooners in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Lewis. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The hurry-up now, second down, clock ticking. To throw, it's Mateer. Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Burks. He's down at the 25-yard line. Waning moments of the first half. It is a first down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Off the play fake on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
So now it's second and long. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Zone. Touchdown Sooners.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Harbor. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone. Did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Handoff from the gun. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Here comes the option. Crosses the 30. Breaks into the open. The 20. Past the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And that is going to leave the head coach scratching his head. The final play of the first half, your opponent runs the ball, and you can't tackle him and get him down with all those bodies back playing prevent. That is a terrible job of defense. And to add insult to injury, you've now given up the lead.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. And the Gamecocks will boot it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Sategna. He gets a block. He's on the loose. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
What a way to seize momentum here. You start the second half, you take the first kick back to the house, great blocking, and an awesome job in the open field, making people miss and showing you the speed on that return. Wow.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. He'll bring it out. It's Harbor. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Bringing the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. It's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule, but that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. To the air, it's Mateer. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
The Sooners trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, get them tackled to the ground.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. Wants to go up top. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Inside the 40. Inside the 30. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. About the only good thing that happens for the offense on that play. At least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellows, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might...
A shot toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. And you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Sellers. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And when it's 3rd and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. And, boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
And the Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Sategna. Turning it on! Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the back. To the air, it's Mateer. Under fire. He'll pull it down and run. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a 1st down.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And with the extra point, we have a 28-17 ball game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. He'll bring it out. It's Harbor. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. Fires to the big fella. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
Pulls it in. It's Hunt. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Wants to throw. It's Sellers. A little release to the back. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Hines is tight end. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. And the Gamecocks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a quick throw here and see if he can catch the defense napping, but great job in coverage forces the incompletion.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Loss of 9 on the play. Now, 4th down.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. He's going to throw it from his own end zone. That's caught. It's Burks. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the 4th quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
Backed up at the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Fires to the right. It's complete. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Barnes. There he goes. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown Sooners. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Looking for a man. It's Sellers. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
He unleashes a long one. Pulls in the deep ball. And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play for the offense.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to...
He caught it! He gets it in! Touchdown, South Carolina!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for a man, it's Mateer. Gets open down the middle. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Trying play action. Rush is on him. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He wants to go deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Lining up for the PAT. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 75 yards to house it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Harbor. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. They'll run the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. And the Gamecocks moving quickly to the line.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Jacobs. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Well, this defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the 4th quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Here's a heat. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Trying to beat the D deep. He makes a grab. Touchdown Sooners. And the stomping has commenced.
Number 9.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Harbor. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the middle. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to go up top. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
And the Sooners line it up with a first and goal. He wants to throw it. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. 16-yard line. Back to throw, it's Sellers. He's taking a deep shot. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking to the big tight end. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And, man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, and especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense continuing to pursue, even though he got outside the pocket.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but, let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on third and long from the 41. Pressure coming. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the official spot. One more play to pad the stats. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Pocket breaking down. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around.